All right, hey guys, it's Kevin Schmidt, physical therapist, bike fitter out here in beautiful Portland, Oregon from Pedal PT. We're gonna talk a little bit about shifting and shifting your gears and how to use the gears and what is the best way to use our gears. Had somebody reach out recently and they were wondering, is it better to pedal fast or is it better to pedal harder gear? I think the thing when we think about this, when we're referring to gears and the gears that we're using, I'm gonna kind of give you the spiel based on trying to protect your body and prevent injury as much as possible. When we're pedaling, in general, we're looking for a cadence of roughly 90 RPMs, and that's a lot faster than you would think. When you pedal at a higher cadence, we're actually putting a lot less peak torque through the pedals and therefore also through our ankles, knees, hips, and back when we're pedaling faster. If we're pedaling at a lower cadence, it's akin to taking a 30-pound weight and curling it. It's heavy, it's slower, and there's gonna be much more peak torque through the joints, the ligaments, the tendons in your body. Therefore, a lot of times when you are pedaling at a low cadence, something less than, let's say, 60 RPMs or 40 RPMs are very, very slow, the chances of injury occurring will increase just because you're putting a lot more stress through the system. Also, when you're shifting in a very hard gear or pedaling in a very hard gear, you're using a lot more of the anaerobic system, so you're using a lot more kind of blood and muscle sugars versus the aerobic system, which is much more long-term. So when you're pedaling faster, your heart will beat harder, you will sweat more, you will breathe harder, but ultimately you'll be able to tap into that aerobic system to allow you to pedal a longer distance. Now, one of the good analogies that I generally like to use is that imagine you're a car or an automatic transmission car. And just like in our automatic transmission car, if we come up to a stoplight, the car automatically adjusts into an easier gear. And the reason it does that, it just puts a lot less stress on the transmission of the car. When we're pedaling the bike, we are the transmission of the car. So this same goes to if you're bombing down a hill on the bike and you come up to a stoplight, you should be shifting down into an easy, or if not the easiest gear to get started. Otherwise, that initial start from a very hard pedal power is a lot of peak torque, and that's oftentimes when people will injure either their lower back, their knee, or something along those lines as well. So think of it like the car. As you're traveling and as you're starting to pick up speed, you're starting to speed up your pedaling, that's when you're gonna shift to that next harder gear. You're then gonna slow down and you're gonna keep speeding it up, and you're gonna keep shifting back and forth. If you're riding and all of a sudden you need to slow down, that's when you're gonna shift to a little bit easier gear. You're trying to just maintain that same cadence. If you encounter a hill, as you're going up, you're trying to maintain that faster cadence, so you have to keep shifting down to allow you to maintain that higher cadence, because the lower cadence you go, the more stress and possibly the greater chance for injury to happen. So give that a try, guys. Please, if you have questions, list them below. Otherwise, keep those questions coming. It's your questions that keep this channel going. Otherwise, if you found anything in this video useful or valuable, please click like or consider subscribing. And otherwise, keep out there, keep riding, and I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.